What's up, gamers? It's your boy, Launchpad 1412. Excited, extremely super excited to be back with another Madden video. We got our first game, Regs Madden 24. Oh my goodness, man. I don't even know what to even say. I don't even know where to start. Let's start with this, okay? This is a subscriber request match. We're doing a series. If you're a subscriber right now in the comment section, let me know what team you want me to play with. I will play with the team that you request, and I will give you a shout out if I remember. I might forget every now and then. But speaking of that, let me get the shout out out of the way. First game, we went right into the subscriber match. This is a shout out to God Made Andre. He wanted me to play with the Packers, so I'm playing with the Packers in this video. This series will have a playlist. We are going to keep record, the tally of the record for this series. So we want to try to have a winning record. We're going to see what we can do. We have the Green Bay Packers up to bat. First game of Madden 24. Let's go. My goodness. Another thing I want to talk about. I could have probably had this video out 4 hours ago. But I'm on the PS5 and the servers were not working as I throw my first pick of the year. My goodness. My boy CJ Mosley picked that off, so I hate that I threw the pick, but it was CJ Mosley, so I'm like, oh, okay. At any rate, yeah, the servers were not working. It was just, oh my god, it was really, something. I gotta admit, it wasn't nerve wracking until I went on Twitter. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter at Launchpad1412. That'd be awesome if you guys can follow me on Twitter. We can conversate more, and I can get more involved with you guys as far as just getting to know y'all a little bit, and it just be awesome. It's your boy, first touchdown of the year for Madden 24. Let's go. Like Aaron Jones, someone I used to pick heavily in fantasy football. But look at this. Somebody get him. Nobody gets him. But yeah, if y'all can follow me on Twitter at Launchpad1412, that would be awesome, man. I would definitely like that. I would love to get my Twitter followers up. Subscribe if you are new for more Madden gameplay. I'm going to dish out a lot of content this year. At least I'm going to try. A lot of series. We're going to have some alternate teams. We're going to have a lot of fun and shit like we have every year. So if you're really into regs, just playing regs or playing some ultimate team. But I do more regs than the ultimate team, so keep that in mind. This is basically more of a regs channel. But if you're really into it, subscribe. That would be awesome. I would love to get my subscriber count up. And then smash the like button for your boy, man. If we can get 50 likes on this video, that would be awesome, man. But yeah, when I got on Twitter and I seen that everybody else was getting frustrated with it, that's when it started to get on my nerves just a little bit, because I hated the frustration for everybody else, not necessarily for me. I wasn't that frustrated, and I actually wasn't frustrated at all until I went on Twitter. I was just like, okay, I'll just keep hitting the R2 button until it decides to work. I hit it I hit it after the 25th time. It worked. But I was calm. I ain't gonna lie, I was chilling. I was watching other people's videos. I was showing love, watching It's Dom, watching Zersky. But just watching Slaying, watching other people's CC, watching other people's Madden videos. Just showing them love until Madden is in my hands. So I really, I was pretty calm about what was going on. But yeah, I just feel like it's so much I gotta say. I think that's all for there. I guess for context, I guess. But anyway, let's get into the game. So we are down 14-7, middle of the third quarter. My goodness gracious, man! We got these Green Bay Packers. This is a different team. We got Jordan Love at the helm. We got Romeo Doubs, Christian Watson, who I have in 3 fantasy football leagues. By the way, still got AJ Dillon, still got Aaron Jones, but the major difference obviously is the quarterback, Jordan Love, who's actually not too bad in this game as we get the interception right here, Jair Alexander. Okay, my thoughts on the game after first gameplay. This is what I wanted to talk about. After my thoughts on the game. A little wonky, at times. Oh man, look at this play right here. He had 9 yards but went back 9. What in the world was that? But the first game, so it's definitely gonna take some getting used to. Just like every Madden, I always feel like I'm gonna come on a Madden and just be good, but that's normally never the case in the beginning of the year. It's just funny how we play the same game every year, but every year is different at the same time. So, like I said, a little wonky, but no, not too wonky. It's gonna take some getting used to. Things that I do like, I think the zones definitely play much better, and you can see that in some of the gameplay in this video. This is probably the best I've ever seen the zones play in maybe about probably about 10 years. Look, see, that's a good way to play. I was in cover four. Somebody go out there and try to defend the guy. You know, I ain't saying he had to bat it down, but at least he tried. That's the only thing I was ever asking for. Just try. So I see that this guy I'm playing in particular, he was playing like it was Madden 23, which is understandable because like a mixture of Madden 23, Madden 22, so to speak, understandable, being as though we just got finished playing Madden 23. Let me see some other things I can think about. Oh my god, look at that drop pick right there. Oh, that hurt my soul when I dropped that one. My goodness. But yeah, I'm trying to think of some other stuff that I can say. Sound zone defense for sure. Um, Offense, it's gonna take for me. It's gonna take some getting used to. I think it will for you too. Um, let's see. I want to make sure everything I'm saying is accurate and is exactly how I feel. I don't want to necessarily just be saying stuff for the sake of saying something. Um, I think when you play the zone, if there's an area in your zone that's open and your opponent hits that part of the zone that's open, you will get yards put on you. And I think that's fair. So the zone, I think the zones are kind of perfect right now. So I hope that I know they're going to do a patch. So I hope they don't mess that up. I I just got to figure out what works. As far as my offense, I just got to figure it out. It's gonna take a little while. It's a brand new game, and we're gonna be playing with random teams, so it's gonna be it's like I say every year. I say this every year as far as the offense. It's just gonna take a little while, but I guess we can get to the gameplay. That's all I kind of really got to say off top of the head. But if I had to rate it on a scale from a 1 to 10 as of right now, the game just off playing one game, I'd give it right now. I'd give it a 7. I'd give it a 7 right now. But I'll give the zone defense a 10 as we get the interception right here. My goodness, it's your boy. Looking good, Billy Ray. The only thing I would say about the zone that I did kind of notice that was a little wonky on the zone, the one thing was, once again, just how they play the flats. Even though my opponent played that flat perfectly. I mean, not my opponent, but I played the flat perfectly on that interception. We throw a pick right here. Now, Jordan Love throws a horrible deep ball. I'm going to soak that up to the ratings. The only thing that I didn't like about it is that when I clicked on Christian Watson, they didn't necessarily, like, he didn't move. Only player that really moved was the defensive player. It didn't necessarily give me an opportunity to try to get the ball myself. I didn't like that. That's one of the things I didn't like. Per se. So off top of the head, things I didn't like was what I just said right there with the cooking on the receiver situation. I think the zones could play the flats a little bit better. The game's a tad bit wonky. I'm a tad bit confused on when to throw the ball, but I don't necessarily consider that a bad thing. I think that's part of the game, so to speak. I think that's part of the learning curve of the game. So I'm going to put that in the middle, not necessarily bad thing. So knowing when to throw the ball, we're going to put that in the middle. When you click on the receiver, what you can do when you click on the receiver, we're going to consider that bad. How the zones play the flats at times, we're going to consider that bad. The pros, the good thing about the game is the zone is really good. When they play, especially the deep zones, the deep zones, they are pretty good. If your zone is open in certain areas and you're not there, your opponent can hit those areas if your receiver is there, and it makes sense. I think that's good. I I think the running game is fine. I think it's quite balanced. I thought it was going to be overpowered, but I think it's balanced. So that's another thing that's a plus. You know, first game. First game we're gonna leave it there. First game, We are 0-1 in the series. This is a subscriber request series, episode 1. We are 0-1. It was our first game, our opponent's first game. He had the Jets. I think the Jets already is probably the best team on the game as far as Regs. Yeah, I can tell like they're like one of the best teams on the game. Oh, yeah, another thing I did like is when you throw on the run, you can be a tad bit inaccurate if you're not a throw on the run quarterback. I noticed that when he was doing that with Aaron Rodgers, so that was cool. I think that's how we got 2 of those picks. But yeah, I'm glad I was able to get this game out. I didn't think I was gonna be able to get it out today because the service was acting wild. Your boy